Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, of course, TV shows, merchandising. I have no idea, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, I'll be talking about it. Alright, here's something I've seen on Disney Plus again, so might as well again. Yep, more superhero comic book stuff, of course. Anyway, Battle of the Bands, Marvel from Marvel Rising, kind of a thing here. So, yep, reviewing one of these installments again, of course, because might as well, I guess. Considering the fact I've talked about plenty of this Marvel stuff anyway, so why stop now? Anywho, regardless, as always, let's just talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. Yes, of course, the whole band thing, music and whatnot. That's definitely gonna be thing. Of course, this one can be focused on Gwen Stacy a bit more as her superhero alter ego, of course. And yes, the whole thing with the music, that's definitely is a thing gonna be part of the story, of course, as the title would suggest. Of course, Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy, is no stranger to having to balance her secret identity and her normal life, which of course does become totally problematic in this movie, or animated short, I guess you can call it. But she's never been a part of a team in this series, as I guess you can see how she has to accept that, I guess. Born to deal with these expectations can be in its own that kids can learn a lot from. Not to mention that Spider-Man has made an entire career of being barely on time for anything, which is true because that is definitely played on in the live action movies. Luckily for Quinn, she has all the teammates that could help her, of course, make sure all the bad guys receive justice. So the team might get to see her perform in the Battle of the Bands as well. So as if it wasn't obvious enough, of course, there's gonna be a bit of a drama thrown into it. Yes, I mean just as well, I suppose, just to make it more, I guess, interesting in some ways, in some sort of fashion, of course. And that's fine because I guess you don't want to make stuff get too boring or anything, of course. And now this definitely is a thing. You gotta make it interesting, kind of in some kind of way. And I don't see nothing wrong with that really, because you gotta keep things going in some kind of fashion. Because if there's no drama, there's no story, and if there's no story, then there's no reason for me to care. Not really, obviously. But anyway, that's the thing. You have some conflict, some drama thrown in, it, of course, in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, that aside, I can see that the animation is quite decent in the grand scheme of things. You can see the animation is not too shabby, I suppose. Again, I wouldn't exactly say this is breaking ground by any means when it comes to animation, not really. But I did like what they were trying to aim for in the grand scheme of things because I like the art style, really. I did like the way they were trying to use the characters' designs as a way to just go along with the story, of course. And that's the thing, though, because I do like the fact that when it comes to these types of characters, they're trying to give them some kind of life, of course, and that they do. The colors with the overall story and whatnot, they succeeded in what they were trying to do. The animation isn't too bad because they're trying to give these characters some kind of life. Is what I'm getting at here, and I did like the fact that it's definitely not too bad in the sense that yes, of course, the animation might not be on like super on par with some of the animated movies out there, but you can see that we're trying to make some kind of effort in the grand scheme of things because it, it's part of a franchise a lot of people seem to enjoy, and it's no different, of course. As for the in terms of writing, the writing is decent. It gets things going, I guess. May not be Oscar worthy, really, but again, it does get what's supposed to get done, and it does push the story along in a lot of ways, of course, which I didn't mind really. And because considering the fact that I did like what they were trying to aim for when it comes to the overall story and the characters, and okay, I didn't like. I know this might not be my favorite genre, but this was okay. This was pretty decent, I suppose. And yes, of course, for what it's worth, it's fine, I guess. And like I was saying, it may not be my favorite type of a genre, really, but it gets the job done. It's enough to get the job done, I suppose, when it comes to these types of movies. Because it's not that I was having some expectations when it comes to these types of stuff, because it's not really my cup of tea, really. But it's okay. That was pretty decent in the grand scheme of things. The animation gets the job done. The voice acting is fine, of course. And I did like what they were trying to go for. I mean, okay, that may not have to be the deepest story out there, but it does get the job done when it comes to plot, of course. The story is fairly straightforward in a lot of ways. I do like the fact that they're trying to give it some more meat to it in some ways, because the whole drama thing, of course, and that's pretty much what it is, of course. So okay, not really the most deepest story, really. And having the diverse and progressive type of attitude really towards the story doesn't bother me really at all. And I know some people complained about the fact that apparently this animated movie or animated short, you can call it, is completely dependent on the cliche stereotypes. Well, I don't really see that really, but it's it does get the job done enough that it doesn't bother me really. These characters, of course, these characters are gonna have their own life. Like Gwen Stacy, she's gonna have her own personal life and her superhero life. Of course, we're getting some entanglement. That doesn't even bother me really. They have their own lives outside from their diverse background. Anyway, at least it was an attempt at it, I suppose. But anyway, I'll give this an overall rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It's a 6.8 out of 10 for me. So as always, thanks for watching. See ya later.